Hello everyone, welcome back. It is day 7. That means we're at the end of our first week together. So I hope that you guys are enjoying yourselves so far. I'm looking forward to what's to come over these next few weeks. We're gonna do a nice full body flow today. So find a little bit of space to move and let's get started. So let's begin in child's pose today. So you can come over onto your knees, bring them out nice and wide, maybe even sit back on your heels for a moment and then start to lower your chest down and your forehead. You might push into your palms a little bit, find some length through your arms maybe, but then just relax it down. Close your eyes. Take a nice big breath in and out. Take another nice big breath in and let it go. One more. Nice, deep, deep inhale. And let it go. Awesome, you guys. You can start to lift your forehead, looking towards your hands. Walk your hands over to the left side, probably off your mat. Walk your right fingertips further away and then melt it back down a little bit, trying to create some length through the right side body, through the right arm. You might walk your right fingertips even further away. Pretend I'm there pulling on your arm. Maybe your forehead can come all the way down, maybe not quite. Just take a breath here. And then let an inhale, lift your chest back up so that you can move your hands back to the middle of your mat and then all the way over towards the right side. That left hand, walk it further and further away so that you feel the length through the side of your body, through your shoulder, through that left arm. And maybe melting your chest, your forehead back down to your mat. Take a breath. And then let an inhale lift you back up. You can bring your hands back to the middle of your mat and you can lift your hips all the way up. So you can bring your knees in and set up your tabletop. Maybe rock your hips side to side a few times, shake it out a little bit, and then tuck your toes under if you haven't already. Take a nice big inhale and exhale, lifting up into downward facing dog. Take a moment here to maybe pedal your feet. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Pushing into your palms. Let your head be heavy, as well as your chest, so you can feel the love through your shoulders. Take another nice big breath in and out. And then with an inhale, start to look forwards, and exhale, walk your feet to the top of your mat. We're going to pause in a forward fold here so you could widen your feet if you'd like. You can bend your knees as much as you want to. Your arms can dangle down towards the floor. Let your shoulders try to find your ears. Maybe add a gentle sway forwards and back or side to side. Maybe just be still. And maybe you're comfortable closing your eyes here. You can keep the balance. Or if your eyes are open, maybe you can look towards your knees instead of your feet, just trying to make your neck longer. And let's stay for just another breath. And maybe you're going to roll up to standing one vertebrae at a time, kind of like a rag doll, letting your arms dangle the whole way. Find your way up until you're standing tall. And maybe rolling your shoulders back and down. Turn your palms to face forward. Spread your fingers wide. Big inhale to reach up. As you exhale, fold forwards. Inhale for a half lift. Lengthen your spine. Maybe bend your knees to make your spine longer. Take another inhale with your chest lifted. And as you exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, let's come all the way up. Reach up, maybe look up. Exhale, lower your arms to your sides and take a big inhale to reach them back up. Exhale as you fold forwards. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding, bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up again. Exhale, releasing your arms to your sides. Big inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, let's fold, plant our hands and step all the way back into downward facing dog. You can walk your feet together here. And then take an inhale and start to lift your right foot up any amount. Try to keep your right hip in line with the left one. Point your toes down towards your mat. Flex your foot that's lifted up. Push into your palms, three-legged dog. Stay for an inhale. Look forwards and exhale. Bring your right foot all the way up to the top of your mat. Help it get there. You can bring your knee down. Rest on the top of your back foot even. Sinking into the hips. You have the option to keep your hands down or to lift your chest and place your hands on your knee. So you might scoot your front foot further forwards if your hips like that, sinking forwards and down. Soften your shoulders, nice deep lunge. Your left arm, if it's free and available to move, take an inhale and sweep it up. Spread your fingers wide, maybe start to look up too. Stay for an inhale, and then let the exhale bring your left hand down and your chest too. Plant your left hand on your mat. You're going to start to turn your chest towards the right side for a twist. You can keep your knee down or you could lift it if you wanted to. The right arm may also start to reach up, or you can keep your hand on your knee for a twist. Take another inhale. Then with the exhale, bring your right hand all the way down to your mat. From your lunge, take an inhale to look forwards. Exhale, bring your back foot to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back into your downward dog again. Bring your feet together and take an inhale to lift the left foot slowly as high as it wants to go. Just trying to keep the left hip in line with the right so your belly button's pointing down towards the ground. Flex the left foot, wake up that leg, take another inhale, and exhale to send your foot all the way between your hands into your lunge. Help it get there. Drop your knee down, maybe rest on the top of your back foot. Set up your lunge. You can keep your hands down if that feels good for you today, or lift up. Breathe. Find your balance. Find your breath. If your right arm is free and available to move, take an inhale, sweep it up, spread your fingertips, wake up your arm, look up maybe. Take another inhale, let the exhale bring you down. Plant your right hand on the ground, start to turn your chest towards your left side. You can keep your knee down or you could lift it up, maybe reaching the left arm up too. Maybe not. Stay for an inhale. Let the exhale bring your left hand down out of your twist. From your lunge, inhale to gaze forwards and exhale to bring your back foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back into your downward facing dog again. Bring your big toes together. Inhale your right foot up, look forwards. Exhale, send that foot between your hands. Set up your lunge again. Let your knee come down. Rest on the top of your back foot. Maybe lift your chest again. If your hands are on your knee and that left arm is free, this time we're going to sweep it out to the side and maybe lean over to the right a little bit too. Trying to send the length into the side body. Through the hip to the fingertips. Let an inhale bring you back, and exhale, you can bring your left hand down, your right hand too if you're in your lunge. Take an inhale to look forwards a bit. Exhale to bring your back foot to the top of your mat. Inhale for just a half lift. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands, step on back into your downward dog. Inhale your left foot up any amount, look forwards. Exhale, send it through. Set up your lunge. Let your knee come down. Decide if you're going to lift your chest. If you're going to move your right arm, maybe reaching it out to the side and up and a little bit over. Spread your fingertips. Feel the stretch. Letting an inhale bring you back up if you were leaning over. Exhale, drop your hands back down. Take an inhale, gazing forwards a little. Exhale to bring your back foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Send your hips nice and high. Let your chest get heavy. One more inhale. Exhale, you can bring your knees down. Cross your ankles, have a seat. We'll be bringing our left leg out and crossing the right foot over top of that left leg, or you could keep your foot on the inside. But hold on to your knee. If you want to bend your bottom leg in, you can bend your bottom leg in too. Sitting tall though. Take an inhale. With the exhale, we'll turn our chest towards the right, so towards your knee. Give it a hug. Take your twist if your right hand wants to come to the floor behind you for support. Push into your fingertips. Soften your shoulders. Take another breath. And then let an inhale slowly bring you back to face forwards. You can exhale and take a counter twist. Turn your chest towards the left. Let an inhale bring you back. And then you can unwind your legs. Send your right leg out. Cross your left leg over top. Keep your bottom leg long if you want to, or bend it in. Hold your knee. Inhale to sit tall. Exhale to twist to the left first. Hug your knee. Lengthen your spine. Just slow down. Awesome work, you guys. Using an inhale, turn back to face forwards. Exhale for your counter twist if you want one. And then let an inhale bring you back to face forwards. Nice, you guys. You can unwind your legs again. Take a second, maybe rock it out a little bit side to side. We're going to send our left leg out long again. Our right leg, well, our foot can start kind of on the inner thigh, and you have options here. Take an inhale to lengthen through the spine and tip forwards for a forward fold. Enjoy a few breaths in your forward fold. Or if you do want to play around a little bit with floating our left leg, we can give that a try too. So I'm going to start by bending my left leg and just kind of scooching my right leg underneath the left one a little bit more, just so you feel balanced. And you can hang on to the back of your left leg a little bit. You can even start to lean back slightly. See if that foot wants to get a little bit lighter. But I want you to make sure that you're not rounding, you're not falling back, you're lengthening through your spine, even though you might be leaning back slightly. See if the foot wants to float. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You can keep it down. Lengthen your spine, you're strengthening your core. You can help pick your leg up, your foot up a little higher. Maybe flex your foot, maybe relax your ankle. Maybe you're able to grab onto your foot. Wherever you happen to be, I want you to sit taller. And your right leg, maybe you need to scooch it around a little. Maybe it's not quite in the perfect place. There's no perfect place for it to be or correct place for it to be, but there is a perfect place for it to be, which is different for all of us. So whether you've got a nice bent knee here, you're strengthening your core, you're floating your foot, this is a great place to be. Maybe you were able to straighten your leg a little more, get a stretch for the leg, but let's bring our foot down if we did decide to float it. And we can just switch sides. If you want to shake it out a little first, you can. Right leg can come out. Remember your options. You can enjoy a few moments in a forward fold. And don't worry about floating anything. Get a nice stretch to the back of that right leg. Just you and your breath. If you want to play around a little though, bend your right leg, move the left leg a little bit so you feel centered before you take flight at all. Maybe lean back slightly, lengthen the spine, see if the foot wants to float. Sometimes it's really heavy and it doesn't want to float. Sometimes it feels nice and light and it does, but every day is different. Everybody is different. Just breathe wherever you happen to be. And you can slowly start to bring everything down if you've got one leg or two floating. If you're leaning forwards, come on up, give your knees a hug, a little rock side to side perhaps. And then we can lay down on our backs. So lay on down. Walk your feet a little closer towards your hips. And then I want you to heel toe your feet out wide. Your toes might turn out slightly. So our feet are out wide, our knees are out wide. Our arms, we're gonna rest them at our sides. You can let your palms face down. And then with an inhale, start to lift your hips. And then your spine. And then your chest. Keep your knees as wide as your feet. Bridge pose, wide leg bridge pose. Maybe lift your chest a little more. Lengthening through the hip flexors, strengthening the quads. Stay lifted for an inhale. Then with the exhale, you can slowly let the chest fall back down, the spine, and then lastly, the hips. Heel toe your feet until they're about hip width apart. Your knees too, about hip width apart. Taking an inhale, lift back up. The hips, the spine, and then the chest. Nice and slow. Into your bridge. Staying lifted for an inhale. And letting the exhale slowly start with your chest, then your spine, and then your hips as you lower. Maybe taking a couple rocks of your knees side to side once you get down. Maybe tucking your tailbone under a little bit more too. Give your low back a massage. You can keep your feet on your mat, or you can hug your knees towards your chest. You can keep your knees hugging towards your chest, or you can send your feet up higher, bringing some length into the legs maybe, taking all of the weight out of the ankles. You can stay here, or you can encourage your knees back towards your chest, the low back to lift, and your feet to come a little closer towards the floor above your head. This might be more like a reclined forward fold, or maybe you come all the way to plow, where your toes actually touch the floor above your head. You can keep holding on to your legs or move your hands to your low back for support. And if your low back is lifted, slowly come back the way you came, until your low back is touching. Your feet are floating back up. Your knees can bend and come back in towards your chest. And maybe add a rock side to side. Massaging your low back. And eventually letting your knees fall over towards the left side for a twist. Maybe you want to cross your legs or just stack them. Letting an inhale, lift your legs back up. Out of your twist, you can go to the other side when you're ready. Maybe crossing your legs again, maybe just stacking the legs. Just finding your breath. And letting an inhale help you lift your legs back up out of your twist. And maybe your knees will come back in. A couple rocks side to side. Maybe happy baby. Reaching for your feet, knees out wide. And then eventually setting up for Savasana. Finding a comfy place where you can spend a few moments, where you can relax your entire body. Maybe bringing your feet out wide, letting your palms face up. Finding stillness. Finding total relaxation. As you tune out any noises going on around you. Just feel your breath. Allowing your body to stay nice and still. But take a deeper breath in and out. Taking another deeper breath in and out. One more. And let it go. You can slowly start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe even roll your head side to side. And you might eventually reach your arms up above your head for a nice big stretch. Bending your knees so you can roll to one side. And finding your way into a comfy seat when you're ready. Just closing your eyes once you get there. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart. And take another breath in, lengthen your spine, and let it go. Awesome practice, you guys. Thank you for being here with me. I can't wait to see you again tomorrow. Namaste.